What's up, YouTube? Making this video today. Got my 2018 Super Duty that I built. I've had some trucks like this before. They were a lot bigger, but 6-inch kit, 4.0 FabTech, 4-link on some 2212 American Force. Got the 3722s. This setup I got is actually, it rides the best. It's not too tall to tow things. You don't have to modify a lot of stuff. Even deleted like this one, you could run it up, 100, 200 HP, extra horsepower. But this seems to ride the best. It's not too hard to brake on 40s. 37s, you still get okay mileage when it's deleted. These Fords don't get the best. They're usually 12 to 18. Not like my deleted Duramax, that gets like 20, 22 on stocks. But got some airbags under there that sit from the frame on top of the leaf pack. I like how that setup is. Got a universal tank in the back, auxiliary tank, 45 gallons. I got a line that goes down to the main tank, welded a fitting onto the metal tube that's metal instead of rubber. In here, truck's like new. I don't drive it too much because it's so damn expensive and replace it. Got an iPad up there to an easy link, shows all my gauges. Got the radar detector patched into the mirror. But it was pretty fun to build. Overall, it's a still usable truck, but kind of flashy. Got two Dub 7/8s under the seat with a JL amp under the back with all JL speakers in the doors. Sounds pretty good. Still can use the back seat. Got a little tip on there. Had everything painted to match on the front bumpers and back, platinum grille, LED lights in the front. But I got these EGR fender flares too. I like them a lot better than the Bushwhackers. Bushwhackers are kind of bubbly looking, and these ones are pretty well built. Got good seals around the fenders, keep the dust out of there, it won't rub your paint away. Put these washer kits in here. Took all the bolts out that came with it that were just silver and kind of anodized looking silver. Kind of made it pop a little more. But on to the train horn. I got it's kind of like a Nathan air chime, but it's USA train horn. They also make them in Florida, all cast aluminum, 168 to 172 decibel with 160 PSI, 150 PSI going to it. 5-gallon Viair 200 PSI pump. I did get this from Horn Blasters because it was fairly a good deal. You can see their logo there on the pressure. But had to fit it in here. These horns are pretty damn big. So I mounted it sideways, and I also mounted it backwards. Some people say, well, you want the sound going forward. Yeah, but it's so damn loud that no matter where you're at, it still makes people jump out of their skin. And people get out of your way when they're driving, not paying attention. But I turned them backwards, one, because it was kind of hard to find a bracket on here to mount it to face them forward. But the main reason is all that dirt, when you're going forward, all the dirt and debris flies under the truck, especially when it's raining, and it just goes right up in there. And it'll get into your diaphragm, the two metal plates that rub together when the air passes through them. That's what creates your sound, your air vibration. But to mount it, got two plates, welded them together for extra strength, ran a big, pretty 1-inch bolt through that frame down to the bottom, so it's pretty stiff on there. It doesn't move, even though it's pretty close to everything under here. Built this bracket over here. On the other side of that is the Viair 200 PSI pump, which is a pretty nice pump. Kept it vertical so the cylinder's going up and down instead of sideways. Flipped the brackets on the side, kind of trimmed them down a little bit, and was able to make the bracket sideways, and it's on there pretty good. It doesn't move. And then so the pump is wired to the switches on the Ford, which are above the rearview mirror. number 4 switch I got mounted, so I leave it on, and anytime the truck's on, it'll just fill it back up to 160, 150 psi. The pressure switch will shut it off. Number 1 switch I mounted, wired into the first switch, which I can just bump that whenever I want. I was thinking about hooking it to the steering wheel horn, but it was more of a pain in the ass than I wanted to do. But turned out pretty good. The plastic air horns, I mean, it's a cheaper route to go. You can get a whole kit, pump and everything, tank for $500, but plastic ones will dry out over time, chip and break, and they still sound good. Horn blasters make some stuff that's still pretty loud, but for the big stuff, I made this video so you guys can kind of see what I did. There's some pretty cool stuff out there nowadays, everybody's sharing. And it's kind of red too, it's kind of cool under here. I would have got it black, but they just make it in red. Horn blasters on Air Chime, which is $1,800. These were only $900, and they're built the same exact way. I mean, the bracket, the horns, everything looks the same as these. And yeah, it's pretty damn loud. Thanks for watching.